I'm in the show.
And we are live. And you know, I do this every time. Now let me mute myself on the other one. Okay, there we go. So I don't hear myself. Now it takes a couple of minutes, you know this, or for people to start rolling in.
Yeah.
It shows on the other one like 4 people, I think. Okay, now it's starting to show up over here.
Isn't it so weird that YouTube doesn't allow this anymore? Like, why? I don't understand why we can still go live as an individual, but can't do joint things. It's so stupid to me. But whatever.
Probably because there are places like third-party people like this. Eventually you want to charge money. So maybe they're going to be partnering together or whatever. I don't know. Hi, Patsy.
What's up, Patsy?
Oh, are you able to... Oh, because you have StreamYard, so maybe you're able to see all the chat as it comes in.
Yes. Yes, I am.
All right, perfect.
Well, I see Patsy so far. And Magical Cat Lady, what's up?
Hey, Brooke, how you doing, honey?
Rachele, you're so much better than me at remembering people's names. I like...
Trust me, it's been a process. And I have a trusty little notebook that I used to use for many of them. Seriously, it's a struggle sometimes.
That's a good idea. Like, I feel like I need like a quick bullet point. Like, oh God, what's their name?
Both Sadie. Yep, that's both Sadie and oh my God. See, here's what we're talking about. Whale song. Lori, is it Lori, honey?
Oh.
And Glennis is the Witch of Whitetail Hollow.
Oh, hello, hello.
I think it's Lori. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm just having one of those days. Oh, shoot.
Ooh.
So we'll give it just a second and then we'll start going right into the questions. And I know I got them to you really, really late. My apologies. I'm just like brain dead sometimes.
You need a personal...
Yes, it is Lori. I need a personal assistant.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah. Yes, I do. And I don't know how people that have really huge channels, I don't know how they do it. I swear I'm probably going to end up insane before my channel gets any bigger. Seriously.
They have a team of people. They have like a producer and a video editor and, you know, so that
somebody that probably does their Instagram and their Facebook, right? Yeah, I miss stuff all the time. It is what it is, right?
Oh.
All right. If you're ready, we'll just get started.
Yeah,
First question is, why Pappa Squirrel?
Pappa Squirrel has been a nickname forever. Squirrel has been a nickname forever. And back in 2002, I moved to this like really small town in Virginia, and I met a really close-knit group of friends, and Squirrel was always the nickname. And eventually at some point, because we realized I was the oldest out of the group, and so therefore it just naturally transitioned to Pappa Squirrel. So it was always just a jokey nickname of Pappa Squirrel, and all of my friends were all of my baby squirrels. And so that's why it's just really natural for me just to be like, hey, baby squirrel, what's going on? You know, it's just something I've been saying for like 17 years now, you know?
It's so funny that it wasn't long after I had discovered Jen, Mama Squirrel, and then Pappa Squirrel comes onto the scene. I'm like, what the hell? Do we got a family going on here or what?
Family of squirrels, right?
Exactly. Did you say that it because people thought maybe that you were, or you thought that you had like a squirrely mind where you would lose focus? Or
yeah, I mean, squirrels just always been my spirit animal. I've always really been fascinated by them, and especially in my younger years when I had like a lot more energy, I was very squirrel-like, just all over the place, constantly running, and it just very playful, community is really important to me, all those kinds of things. So I guess that's just where Squirrel eventually kind of resonated from, and then turned into Pappa Squirrel at that point once I became an old man, really.
An old man? What are you, 40?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, see? That's not even close to old. Knock it off. And I don't even think 40's old. Okay?
Oh,
We're just seasoned. We're seasoned.
I know it's not like I would not consider you old. I don't consider my mom old, but like everybody knows when you're in those shoes and you're like, I'm about to turn 30 or I'm about to turn 40.
Mm-hmm.
Heaven forbid I'm about to turn 50 or something, it's like you really start to take inventory on your life and you're like, how the heck did I live to be this old,
Yeah, next year's the big 50 for me.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, nice.
It's okay. No
that
judgment.
expression says it all.
No judgment.
Oh, geez. So, how long have you been on YouTube?
Excuse me. And by the way, guys, I'm like sipping some like hot tea. Last Friday, I came down with like this terrible cold. Luckily, I feel like a lot better, but I still have this like congestion-y stuff kind of hanging on. So please excuse me if I'm like sniffling or coughing or anything. But anyway, back to your question, Rachele. February 1st will actually be my YouTube's first birthday, which, by the way, on that topic, I'm planning a really big special video that's like a year in rewind, excuse me, and doing a really big giveaway. So keep an eye out for that. There may be a video beforehand that gives you a little sneak peek. So stay tuned.
Awesome. I look forward to that. So, what was the next question? Oh, what is the direction that you envision for your channel?
Well, I don't want to give away too much, but I do have goals. I just started it this year. I officially have a social media journal, essentially. And so in the beginning of it, I write down my goals for the year as far as like where and what I want to be doing for my different social media platforms. And then, of course, keep daily logs on like certain numbers. And then in the back that I'll put like, special events or things that have happened. So without giving away too much, I'm going to be doing a slight rebranding. You may have seen this in the icon. If you guys have noticed, my icon has changed on my YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. And going to be doing a little bit more of brand promoting and want to expand a lot and be working with a lot of different people and continuing to make new and innovative and creative and fun content for everybody, because that's what I enjoy doing.
Awesome. Sounds wonderful going forward. I just put a link for anybody by any chance, which is probably doubtful, that hasn't already been to your channel already. I just put a link for your channel in the chat for everybody. So my mom is here. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
She said she was going to stop by. Hi, Courtney. And did I miss anybody else? Tammy Pie. Hi. Lady Knight of Avalon. Lady Blind Wolf. Hi, you guys. All right. So the next question is, how would you label your path?
I do not label my path. I don't like labels. I don't like labels because I don't like being pigeonholed into something, and I feel that my spirituality is a very fluid thing, and it's something that's constantly changing, and it's something that's going in the direction and the path that it's supposed to go, you know, as I grow and as I learn and experience life and experience things, it always will be what it is, you know. And I don't like saying like, oh, I'm this or I'm that. It's not important to me, honestly.
Right on. That's pretty much how I feel too. It just limits us. And like you said, we're always growing, right? So that changes. Maybe even on a daily, a daily basis.
Yeah.
So do you use divination? And if so, what types do you use?
Yes, I do. I mainly tarot and oracle. I don't know that I've really ever dabbled in any other types of divination, but definitely tarot and oracle. Like oracle is like really easy for me. Like I feel like it's more like intuitive and I can read a lot more into it. Tarot is something that has been a recent educational journey for me and learning a lot more about it. Which, speaking of which, sorry, I'm going to grab this. So if you guys haven't seen this book, The Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite Tarot, I just ordered this the other day and it just came in. And what I really like about it, because I'm a child, it has colored pictures and it's really easy to read. And it like points out a lot of like the symbolism within the cards. And for any noobs who are still really trying to learn the tarot, such as myself, I think this is a really beneficial book, and just wanted to point that out, by the way.
Right on.
How about you?
So,
do you use any other forms of divination other than tarot or oracle?
Well, yeah. I have in the past looked at the tiles on my bathroom floor while I was going to the bathroom for divination because they were all like wild patterns.
Really?
The clouds. Ever since I was little, I can remember looking at the clouds and looking at the different shapes. I mean, you've probably done that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Did you look for meaning or signs or anything in that?
No, not really. Like I look more to like animals, but I don't really consider that a form of divination. Like that's more of like symbolism to me, you know? Like I don't know.
If you're divining something in it, it's a form of divination.
Oh, okay. Well, animals, animal behavior, talking to animals, stuff like that. So I guess, yeah.
And that's a good one too, because I mean, like if a crow all of a sudden just like is in your yard, right? What's that mean? Or in the next door neighbor's yard, right? Mm-hmm. And they're not normally there. What's that mean? Interesting. So, do you have a website?
I do. It's super easy. It's pappasquirrel.com.
Yep. Let me just put that in for you. Which it is in the description down below too, guys. Which you've got an awesome website. I was there looking yesterday, checking stuff out. I loves it.
Thank you.
And also down below, guys, I put Papa's Instagram and what else? Your Twitter and your Facebook page. So you guys, as well as his channel, so you guys can all check that out down below, okay?
Very cool.
Yeah. So do you know what your tarot birth cards are?
I know that I thought there was only one birth card. I mean, I know that the Chariot is my birth card. Like the birth date, turn it into a number. It's supposed to be the Chariot.
What is the Chariot? Is that 7? The 7th card?
Yeah, 6 or 7, something like that.
6 is the Lovers, I believe. So the Chariot. So when you were asking, or not asking, but when I had asked you the questions, you said you wasn't sure about the life path. You would be a life path 7 if that's what your birth card is.
Gotcha. Well, yeah,
and probably also be the Temperance as well then.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
yeah,
that's kind of funny, but okay. I'd say it's funny because it's to me like the one word that jumps out about temperance is balance, and that's like something that I've always been chasing my entire life. Is this complete, almost like this lack of balance? Like I'm very not like I don't want to say it very like very hot and cold. Either I have it or I don't. Like there is no, I feel like I'm ever steady in balance.
Well, I think that was the next question was, what was your sun sign, which was, somebody was just asking. Tammy Pie.
Oh, Tammy Pie. Hey, Tammy Pie.
You're an Aries, right?
I am an Aries, yes.
I thought you had said that before on one of yours. Yeah. Do you know which, like, your rising and your moon sign is?
No idea.
Okay, because that's where that could come into play with the being out of balance. You know what I mean? Feeling like out of balance, like it's a struggle because of being a fire sign. And Aries is also the first sign of the zodiac. So you guys are like the leaders. Yeah. Leader of the pack.
Yeah. Very much a proud Aries. Anybody else in Aries in the house? Let me see some fire up in the chat room if we got some Aries in here.
My son is an Aries. Yeah. So yeah, your card is an Emperor. Your astrological card is the Emperor.
Yeah. Oh, Witch of White Tail Hollow got an Aries.
Ooh, she's an Aries. Nice. So then your card would be right. And then what did you say? My sun card is Temperance, and I have no balance. Maybe that's the whole point. Maybe that's what you're trying to work for.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite current tarot card in the deck? Do you have one?
No, I don't.
Oh,
honestly,
come on.
Well, here's the thing. So when I was in a place like, let's rewind maybe like 6 months ago, right? And I was primarily working with my RWS Centennial deck, and I really wasn't working with too many other decks. At the time, the Hermit was really my card. Kind of kept coming up a lot.
I'm going to minus myself down.
So the Hermit, kept coming up a lot. And now, unfortunately, I haven't been taking as much time doing readings. I've sporadically been doing it. If you follow me on Instagram at Pappa Squirrel, I post up on the Insta stories where I offer like one card pulls for people every so often, and that's because I tried to make myself get back in the habit of really doing it. I've just been in the place over the past couple of months where I've just been inundated with all of these tarot decks coming in. I've gone quite mad with my spending, and so I'm not really going to spend any quality time with any deck because every time I come around, I've got a new deck coming in. Like, okay, well, it's not the film, it's not the big picture, it's not the decompose, and prepare. So, to notice it.
I had problems hearing you, and then you just completely, I lost sound. Was it just me that lost sound, guys? Okay. They're having issues too. Something else, because I know you're having issues with when you plug in your mic because you're on your laptop. Something else that always happens, or I should say another option, is maybe trying to come on that link with your phone. Have you ever tried that? That's how they usually come on.
Oh.
And then you can just watch the chat on your computer. Just mute it.
Would it be able?
You can, yeah, just do it right now. Just use the link on your phone, and then I can just minus out your other one.
Okay.
This is live, everyone.
Let's see here. Oh, I didn't know that 6 people can. We can have 6 people on this? Okay. Green, Pappa Squirrel.
Before he started, there we go. Yeah, sorry. Now you're just going to want to mute your computer.
Mute computer. Okay.
And there you go.
How about that?
Radio.
Is that any better, guys? Maybe.
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, well, that's good. Sorry, I was trying to turn up the volume and get me positioned okay, so. Okay.
Now, if you want to just leave with the other one, you can, because you're still in with your computer.
So exit the computer. Oh, leave studio.
There you go.
Okay. Simple enough. Okay. Well, I won't worry.
The problem was, guys, he has another mic that he was using, but when he put it on earlier, that's really a good mic. It took his sound away. He didn't have any sound. So.
Sorry.
Hey, it happens. Don't worry about it. Hi, Julianne. All right. So I only got bits and pieces of what you were saying, and I know everyone else only got bits and pieces, but I do know you were talking about Instagram and putting cards like on Instagram,
yes. So
that's about all I heard.
So the thing was, I'll summarize it. Basically, I was at a point where I was doing a lot of reading for myself, and I was working exclusively like with 1 or 2 decks. And the problem here lately is I've gone really mad with my spending, and I feel like every time I get a deck in, I have enough time to make a video, write a blog, do a post, and then all of a sudden I've got another tarot deck coming in, and I'm just doing the same thing repeatedly. So the problem is I'm not really doing enough steady reading for myself to be able to get like that one card that keeps jumping out at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just in hyper production mode with my content versus actually getting to focus on the act of reading, So I'm looking to get back to that space, but also just to like make space for that too,
I have felt that too. I completely understand this. I'm hoping this year, because I'm probably going to have a forced depth year. I mean, it's not like I want to. I'm going to go down, screaming and fighting. But anyways, it's going to actually give me more time to focus on the decks that I have and start learning better, and because that was me. As soon as I would start to learn one, another one would come in, because I wanted to have that one, and you want to support other people. So you're watching them doing their openings, and then you're like, oh, I got to have that deck, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, and as an Aries, I want to be the first person with that deck. I have got to be the first person that comes out with a video, a post on it. Like, and it's like now I literally have 4 decks sitting here on my kitchen counter that I came in over the past couple days that I'm like, I need to find time to shoot the video for all these, and it's just like, plus all the Kickstarters that I've backed, that you have those rolling in anytime soon too. So I don't know. I don't know.
Are you going to give us a little sneak peek? I mean, you can't say I just got 4. They're sitting on my table.
So I'll say this much. So for Thursday the 30th, I will be releasing the video of the Janessa Joust Tarot, which I will also be doing a little surprise announcement at the end of that. The Monday the 3rd, I'll be releasing the Supra Oracle video. And then beyond that, they still haven't like filmed it yet, but I also got the Dust to Onyx tarot deck, and also the regular Pagan Otherworlds, because I had like the limited edition, but I'm not so sure that I'm gonna do a video for that. But you know, it's like I can't stop. I can't stop spinning.
That Pagan Otherworlds is one I wanted. Oh my gosh, it's so dreamy. Oh, damn.
It's a good deck.
I'm sure a lot of us are probably feeling overwhelmed. Amber said the same thing. Oh, I am feeling the same way, overwhelmed. Tammy Pie's like, there's just only so many hours in a day. Yep.
Yep. And especially after coming off like a 4 or 5 day sickness where I literally was just in a NyQuil coma for days, you know, and luckily that I had prepared a lot of content ahead of time. So I'm really just trying to like get it out there. But at the same time too, there's this like little part of me that still wants to stay ahead of myself. And I'm like, okay, well, I've got to start like, you know, filming and editing and getting the stuff done too. So
yeah, and it must take a long time for you to edit stuff. I mean, your stuff is so friggin' good. That's why I told you, you should be doing like videos showing people the magic that you do behind the scenes. I'm not even kidding. I'm serious. You would probably get a lot of people just to come check that out. Seriously.
That would be, and thank you, by the way. And that'll be a good idea for future videos. I'm definitely toying around with that. I don't think that I have like the fan base enough yet, you know, and I don't want to stray too far. I think it's really important to like really niche down and hone in on what's going on. And I've done a little bit of a variety in my channel for those of you that have been following me for a while. So, you know, you've got your deck reviews and deck flip throughs, but then I've done like the tarot journal, and then some of the crafty stuff. So if you think about it, I may be pulling in 3 different types of viewers. And so the people that are watching the tarot journal may not care about anything else, you know? And if I continue to make different sets of content, then it's kind of like all over the place. And I want to really stay within that core of my audience and continue to build that before I expand onto like, hey, here's behind the scenes and how I shoot things or edit, you know, because I don't want to go too willy-nilly all over the place, basically.
Hey, I understand. I do. But I think that it's definitely a talent of yours. And you should be spreading it on to others. And I think you would be surprised how many people that would also, that are in the same community already, be interested in that, because most of us are still YouTube content creators. So it affects everybody, you know.
Very true.
So the next question was, do you have a current favorite deck right now?
I do. I have been taking a little time to try to make myself work with one deck. And so currently the deck that I've been working with sporadically is the Naked Heart Tarot. This is by Jillian Wild. I should have known that. I picked this up while I was in Massachusetts for New Year's Eve. And I've been trying to make myself work with a deck, you know, so sporadically in between working with everything else that I'm trying to film and do, I've been working with that just a little bit.
That's one of them that's on my wish list. That is gorgeous. I love that deck.
It's a good deck for sure.
Yeah. It's one of them I'll just probably wish about for a while. All right. And is that the deck that you're currently trying to work with then, and do you have any other decks that you're currently working with?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I mean, I have all the others that I'm trying to get filmed and edited and uploaded, and then after that point, I'll pick kind of. I have so many good, like really good decks, and like I want to work with them all, but it's impossible to work with every deck at the same time, you know. So it's like I need to just put my like horse blinders on and focus.
Hey, good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly.
That actually.
Here's the definition of with that.
Hey, Google, stop.
Immediately after saying or doing something.
I don't even know why Google. She started up. I know, really. So that actually leads us into the next question, which is, are you a collector of tarot decks? And if so, how many decks do you have now? Yeah, I really want to know this.
So tarot deck wise, I would guesstimate between 25 and 30 at this point. Because back near the end of 2019, I did my tarot deck collection and I had 16. And I've definitely gotten quite a few since then. Oracle deck wise, I'm looking at 20 to 25 as in the collection.
Sounds like you have roughly around the same amount that I have. So I definitely understand. And you started, did you say you started getting your first tarot like around February? Or that's just when you did your channel?
So that's when I did my channel. I got my very first tarot deck probably about 4 years ago now. But I really didn't start getting into really hunkering down and learning the tarot until about like a year and a half ago. And then it was in February that I was like, you know, I've been a content creator for years now, and that's something that I just enjoy doing. And this is like within the realm of what I do. So that's why I decided to start the YouTube channel as well.
Gotcha. All right. Sounds like you've been really, really doing the tarot for, it's been not even quite a year and a half for me now. So
yeah, like same time, basically.
Yeah. So let's see. Do you have a current TV series that you are enjoying?
Yeah. So my partner and I, our guilty pleasure is 90 Day Fiance, or the 90 Day Fiance the other way. All those like 90 Day Fiance shows. Like we really like the drama of them a lot. So our Sunday nights are filled with international romance and heartbreak.
Oh my God. I love The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. I was watching, I record it, right? So I was watching it in bed last night. My husband comes to bed, he goes, oh, for joy, because he got it on the damn television. he knows it's like Monday nights, right? He's like, oh my God. My family's like, why do you even watch that stuff? I'm like, I can't help it. I really like it. All right.
I don't know. Like, I hate to admit it, but that's what it is. You know?
Yep.
Oh God.
Good night, Bo Sadie. See you later,
good
honey.
night.
Hi, Maggie Moon. Did I miss anybody else coming in? No, I don't think so. Okay. So, do you have a current favorite book or author or artist?
No, not really. Like that's another thing about the balance. It's like sometimes I'm into it, sometimes I'm not. The last book that I did read, however, a couple weeks ago was I don't remember the author's name, but the book is called A Girl with All the Gifts. It's a dystopian book essentially about zombies. They made a movie about it, which the movie was terrible and did a complete disgrace to the book. But yeah, no, I'm not really. I guess that my new tarot book that I got will be something that I'll be reading next. I don't know. It's like hit or miss. Sometimes I'm like super into books and I'll read like 10 at a time, and then I'll be in these like lulls like I am now where I'm just like, yeah, you know.
Yeah. And what about an artist? Do you have a favorite like artistic style with one of the tarot decks or anything like that?
Honestly, no. Like I appreciate what I feel is good art. I don't know how to necessarily define that. It's all over the place, you know? Like I go for anything from really super like simple decks like the Threads of Fate new tarot deck that's out is a very like simple, you know, not much design to it, to the Supra Oracle, which is like all over the place color wise. The Janessa Giles Tarot is really beautiful. You know, each of them are very different. Dust to Onyx, the Uzi, Naked Heart. You know, they each they don't really follow necessarily a pattern, but there's something about them that I find beautiful and unique for what they are. You know.
That's cool. You're very eclectic when it comes to what you like art wise. That's really cool. That's pretty much how I am. I don't always understand it, you know. So, do you have a favorite witch movie or series?
So I knew this question was coming up, and I'm just going to say this. I'm going to put it out there just so everybody can hate on me for this. However, when I saw this question, The Witcher, of course, came to mind. And I'll tell you what, guys, I thought it was a flop. I was not as impressed as I feel like a lot of people were with it. I think that it was entertaining. I think that um, there was definitely highlights throughout the season that were really cool. But I think overall storyline, it just really fell short for me. And I don't know what it was. I can't put my finger on it. I just I feel like it was almost trying to be too many things, you know? Uh, I I don't know. I don't know.
Did
I
you watch or did you play the video game beforehand? So,
no,
did you know the storyline? Oh, okay. All right. I
no.
didn't know if you were comparing it off of something.
No, actually, I didn't. I did not even know that it was a video game. I just, you know, I found myself more putting it on and then just like zoning out and doing work and just, you know, so even then, granted, I didn't give it a full attention and the fair amount of attention, but at the same time too, it didn't keep my attention either, you know.
Hmm.
And I would say on the same topic, uh, and I hate that I'm even saying this, but the Dark Crystal 2 or Dark Crystal Returns or whatever it was, same thing, major flop for me. And I loved growing up. I mean, I'm an 80s kid, so I grew up on Dark Crystal, Jim Henson, all that kind of stuff. And I really loved it. I think that they did an amazing job as far as giving the original the respect that it deserved and kind of, you know, continuing to play off of that. But the overall thing just wasn't what I wanted it to be, I guess. I don't know
I
how
never
to
even
say it.
seen either of them. It never appealed to me.
Really?
Yeah. And The Witcher, I wanted it to be really, really good, to be honest with you, but I'm the kind of person I watch YouTube all damn day long. So when I go to bed at night, that's when I watch TV or whatever. I'll lay in bed and I got fallen asleep. So, like you said, it didn't hold your attention. It didn't hold mine either.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I'm
so I know a
sorry. I'm
couple
seeing.
people came in. Hi, long haired, skinny eye toe, and Sam. Hi, you guys. So, do you have a favorite season of the year?
Spring, for sure. It's I mean, that's when I was born. That's when the world's not dead anymore, and all of a sudden you see life springing out of the ground, and the squirrels and the birds and the flowers, and it starts to get warm, and the daylight is like longer, and you're just like, we're not gonna freeze to death and die anymore. It's just, to me, springtime is such a magical time of year. I love it. Love it.
I love it too. The only thing I don't like is the mud because it's always really, really muddy. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
So do you have a stronger connection with one of the elements or a certain element or
Fire.
How did I know that? Yeah.
Funny story on fire. When I was 6 or 7, I accidentally burned down my neighbor's backyard. He had a huge thing of trees and poison ivy, and I had built this giant fort out of like pine needle branches and whatever, and I had like a little fire pit in there, and I had, honestly, I had thought like that I had put the fire out, but you're a little kid, you're stupid. And I left to go have dinner with my family, and we went to the restaurant. We came back, and here's all these fire trucks and the fire marshal knocking on the door because little baby squirrel had accidentally started a fire in the neighbor's backyard. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, no houses caught on fire, nothing.
And it began.
Yeah. But yeah, Pappa Squirrel's been playing with fire for a really long time, so that's my
Hey, it's in your nature. You are an Aries.
Yes, cheers to that.
Yeah. So do you work with crystals? If so, what kinds? What are your favorites or favorite?
I do work with crystals, yeah, and my go-to crystal by far is black tourmaline. It was really I mean, I've been collecting crystals since I was a little kid. Let's put it that way. But black tourmaline was the first crystal, like, as a woke adult, that was like searching for, a crystal with specific properties to be able to help me out. Like black tourmaline has just been my go-to crystal, and I've got, let's see, I got a little piece, little hunk of it, but I have a few like hunks like these that are like all throughout the house that, like, I absolutely love this stuff. But so yeah, black tourmaline and quartz and amethyst are really my 3 go-to crystals, should I say.
That is some gorgeous tourmaline. Yeah.
Yes.
All of mine are like little ones. I want like a big piece of black tourmaline. I love that you can still see all the lines. I love that. That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, Debbie said that she would have taken you over her knee.
Debbie! Debbie!
That's the mom.
For burning down my neighbor's backyard? Really?
Yeah. Time to get one of a switch, right? He's like, no.
I'm guessing Debbie's suit is wands.
What are you, Debbie? I can't remember. What is your astrological sign?
Oh, kindred spirit. Okay. I'm like, who's Debbie?
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, Debbie, or anybody in here. I don't know anybody's names. Oh, she's water, so she would douse me out. That's what she would do.
Oh, are you seeing it? See, it's not coming up for me yet.
Yeah.
Cancer with a bunch of moons. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes perfect sense. So, do you do any daily rituals?
I do. So every day I have kind of like my meditation time, I guess is what you can call it. Like my morning is not complete if like I get up first off like super early. I'm like awake anywhere from 4:30, maybe 5:30 at the latest. But I like to get up. I like to have my cup of coffee, or here lately it's been tea. But have like my hot tea and just have like quiet time to really like center myself, to really ground myself, not do much of anything, not really like try to think. And I don't like purposefully meditate. It's just time spent alone with myself, and it just warms me up for the day. It just gets me ready to go, because I'm the type of person, if I have to like roll out of bed, jump in a car, I can't do that. I have too high of anxiety, and that just like spikes, if I get a running start for a day. So my routine is my morning routine of just kind of like easing into my day, pretty much.
Sounds about right.
Do you do the same thing?
You know what? I get up. I have to feed the dog. I have to take him out. Those are two things that I do immediately because I don't want messes. And of course, he's hungry, After that, I get my tea and I get my water and I sit down and I start watching YouTube, and it helps me kind of unwind and prepare myself for the day. Yeah. And then I can do whatever else. But I can't just get up out of bed and just go. Forget it. I can't.
Yeah.
No.
I don't
And I like it quiet for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, very quiet. Let me do my thing. Let me ease into it. And when I'm ready, I'm ready. And then I'll start working, or I'll start doing whatever, go run errands,
Yeah. So do you prefer coffee or tea? I know you're drinking tea right now, but is that what you normally drink, is tea?
No. I mean, hot teas, I do enjoy hot tea. It's not like I don't like it. I've been drinking it just over the past week just because of just all this congestion and the cold stuff. So I've been having like hot tea with honey. Normally I'm a coffee drinker. I like it black or bold with extra shots of espresso, like no cream, no sugar. Like I love my black coffee, but I'm still not like at a place where I feel like I'm ready to start consuming that level of caffeine yet. So I'm sticking to the hot tea for now until like I can clear up the rest of this stuff.
Okay, so I have to ask you, with all that bold coffee and the extra espresso and all that you normally drink, do you have like a cutoff period, or can you just drink it all damn day and then even go to bed?
Hell no. Heck no. Ah, can I cuss on
Don't
this
worry
channel?
about it. Stop. Don't worry about it.
No, I try no later than like my maximum is like 2-3 p.m. type thing. But even anymore, I don't even test those boundaries. Like I have a cup or two in the morning, which is super, super early. And then I don't have any more caffeine for the day, because if I keep pushing that back, it makes it very difficult for me to get to sleep at night, or it starts to like really mess with me as far as like getting very fidgety, and I already have a problem sitting still for a really long time, but the more and more caffeine I get, like that just uncomfortable jitters and stomach aches and stuff like that. So no, I'm getting old, Rachele. I'm getting old. The coffee.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you wake up in the morning and you're like, damn, what is that pain? It's not even right. Yeah. Yep.
Oh God. So
10 years ago, you didn't have those problems. Now it's like, what the hell, man?
Oh no. No.
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago, you don't even want to know what I was doing.
Okay, now I do. No.
Oh God.
All right. Do you have a special skill or hobby that you would like to discuss with us?
I mean, honestly, like I don't know. I don't know that I do. Like I feel like I'm a very eclectic person. I like to do like a lot of different things. I feel like that I've been honestly my special skill and my hobby, in my opinion, is my content creating. And I'm turning this into a full-time thing now. So that's what you're seeing and that's what you know me for. And you know, even though I don't know, I mean, I guess it depends on your perception and different people's experiences because, you know, sometimes what we do as content creators is work. Like I do work, you know, but at the same time too, this is like my passion and this is my hobby. This is what I enjoy doing. Did that answer your question?
Yeah. And you're very good at it.
Oh, thank you.
Very good at it. You're a very good entertainer, and your editing skills are phenomenal.
Thank you. Ugh.
Yep. And other people are saying it as well. Great editing skills.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I have to confess, in the beginning, I would accidentally call you Papa Smurf instead of Papa Squirrel. That's the only thing I always Papa. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's when I grew up. That's what I would
Papa
watch was
S.
the Smurfs.
Yeah, you just kept rolling with it.
But I love that because I love Papa Smurf. You know what I mean? So.
You know what? Go ahead, Papa Smurf, if that's what you want to go with. Go.
No. No. I wouldn't do that. So, do you have a favorite holiday or Sabbath?
Actually, no, I do not. I don't like holidays at all.
Oh.
I don't like holidays for, I guess, the reason that mainstream and everybody likes holidays. I don't know. Maybe that makes me like a hipster, you know? Like I don't really like to do what everybody else is liking to do. I guess my problem with holidays are these expectations. Like for instance, my love language is not gift giving. And living in a consumerism and capitalistic society, a lot of our holidays are based on, did you get him a birthday gift? Did you get him a Christmas gift? Did you get a Halloween gift? Did you do this? You know? And to me, the holidays are not about that at all. Like my
Not
love
supposed to be.
language
Yeah.
is not supposed to be. And my love language is quality time. And so, therefore, to me, it's about the experience. It's about the quality time that's actually spent with the person or people that you're with. And a lot of people, in my opinion, get it really twisted. And then you're involving family too. And it's like well, it's the holiday. You got to go talk to so-and-so who you haven't seen in a whole year, you know? And again, that falls back on the quality time of like, well, if they were a person that's important, then we should be spending quality time or, you know, I don't know. It just, holidays to me are a freaking mess. When it comes to gift giving, I'll give you a gift any time of the year. Whenever I see something that reminds me of you, I'm not going to stress getting you a birthday gift just because it's your birthday, or I'm just not that person. So to me, holidays make me tense. They make me really anxious. And I need to let go of all of that baggage that I just verbal vomited to you. And I need to focus and I need to focus on the parts of it that are important to me and enjoy it for that, you know.
The people around you are going to understand. If they love you, they're going to understand.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes.
Amber said the same thing. My love language is gift giving for sure, but all year long. And she does. She is a major gift giver. Oh my gosh. It's hard for me to accept the gifts. You know, I'm used to being the one to always give. And we're just like broke, you know? It's terrible. I got a package that's been sitting here for 2 weeks that I got to send out, but I just haven't had the cash to send it out. It's shitty, right? But, it is the way it is. So all these gifts that have been coming to me, it's just like really difficult, it's difficult. Anywho, way off topic. But so
it's okay, Rachele. We can go. It's your channel. We can go far off topic.
No, no, I'm not gonna do that. Has your reading style changed since you started, do you think?
Yes, very much so. So, I feel like with, well, maybe not most people. I'll just say my experience. So when I first started reading, I feel like I'm like, okay, I've got to do like the Celtic cross and I need to do like all these spreads, but I don't understand what I'm doing or what any of this means. And so then it's like, okay, well, let me try doing this again because I haven't tried it for a while. So I would do like 1 card pulls or 3 card pulls. Which make more sense, and I'll still do that. Honestly, my style of reading that I prefer is, I don't even know, honestly, and if you or anybody in the chat room, if you guys know if this has a name, I don't know, but I call it just having a conversation with the cards. So what I do, I shuffle the cards, I'll ask my question, and I literally just keep drawing cards until the story doesn't make sense to me. And it could be 9 cards, it could be 20 cards. And then at the point that the conversation kind of stops, is when I'm like, okay, and then I'll ask another question, reshuffle, and do the same thing. Essentially, to me, it's like me and you having a conversation. I say a little bit, and then you say a little bit, and that's what I do with the cards. Is I allow spirit to speak and say what it needs to say, and then I say something, and then I allow it to speak. I don't know if that's like a style. I don't know, like, if that even makes any sense to anybody here.
Honestly, I think there's a lot of readers that's just how they are. They just keep on laying down and it tells a story. And I have done it like that way as well. I prefer right now, to have like some sort of structure to keep me focused because mine just can go like all over the damn place, So, but I know me, I'm a Capricorn. I like structure. So that's how I feel like I focus better. But who knows, in 5 years from now, it might be completely different. But
Yeah.
I think I've seen quite a few of them that's what they do. They just keep on laying them down and it just tells a story. That's exactly right. So
yeah, I don't know any better way to explain it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like I just keep piling them up, but there's a little structure to it, but I mean, it's neither here nor there. The point is that I continue to draw the cards until the story just starts to get muddled. And at that point, I know that it's said what it needs to say. And then I regurgitate beyond that, like, okay, so since you said that, then I'm going to ask this or say this, and we just have a back and forth. And eventually at some point it just keeps telling me the same thing over and over, but like in different ways, and I'm like, okay, so we've had enough on this topic, and that's all I need to know.
Yeah. Hi Sissy, thank you. Hi Witchy in the Woods. All right, sorry.
Hey guys, or ladies, or gentlemen, or squirrels, or
So do you remember your dreams?
Sometimes, not all the time. When I was a kid, I was very used to remember like every single dream, and now not so much, but occasionally I will. Most of the time it's like I'll remember like right as I wake up, and then it just goes out of my head like immediately.
So you don't keep a journal or anything?
Mm-mm. I've thought about it, but I'm not as disciplined with that as I need to be, at least right now, so.
Yeah. So is there a time period that you feel drawn to other than the current time period?
Yeah, like medieval times. like in the medieval thing that I went to, I posted about, I don't know if the Renaissance times, like those are so cool to me. But I'll tell you what, I watched one of those interesting like YouTube things that's like the reality of if you lived back in these times, and unless I was like a king or a queen, I don't know that I would have survived very long at all,
I think the life
like,
expectancy was really short for them too. Like 30, 40 years old, I think at the most. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have everything going against you. Like, everything going against you. I don't know. So, medieval times for sure. And then, like, old, like, Egyptian times. And again, unless I was, like, a king or a pharaoh, I don't know that I'd want to be there. So, yeah.
Yeah. Both of those times are very interesting. But yeah, to actually live in those times, nah. I just want a time machine to go visit, check things out, see different places, and then come back home.
Yeah. Like have some sort of superpower where it's like it's not gonna affect you. You can be there and you can like film and study, but you can get the freak out of there.
Exactly. Reminds me of Black Knight, the Black Knight. Did you ever see that? With you did?
No, I haven't. What was it?
It was years ago. It was with the one guy from Bad Boys. What's his name? Martin.
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence. Oh my gosh, he goes back into medieval times. He worked at a medieval place, and then he ends up hitting his head or something, and goes back into like medieval times, and he's like dancing in the hall. He's like the jester. Oh my god, it's hilarious. It is hilarious. Definitely check it out. I think you'll like it.
Okay.
So, were you raised into the path that you are currently on? No. No.
No, I was raised Christian Methodist. Is what I was raised. So not at all.
Not even close.
No. No.
Do you feel supported now by your family?
Overall, yeah. I mean, I think that there's like this buffer between us that there has been for many years. That's this level of like knowing and understanding everything about life, but like I only need to know, so much. Like I don't need to know every detail of your life type thing. And I think it's reciprocated, with both of us. It is what it is. Do I feel supported by them? Yeah, I do. They haven't cast me out yet. Let's.
So, if you could go back and have a deep conversation with anyone during any time in history, who would it be and why?
Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna need your gut. I need your help, or somebody in the chat room. Who was the Ethan? He recently passed away, maybe 2 years ago. He was the brilliant physicist, scientist who had the thing that the computer talked for.
Stephen
him.
Hawking. Stephen Hawking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by far, Stephen Hawking. I would love to be in a vacuum somewhere with him and just pick his brain about anything and everything. Like the man was beyond brilliant. But I would totally need like a lot of time. Let's put it this way, a stipulation. I would need a lot of time with him because I feel like anything he would say would really go over my head, and I would need the no, like back up and explain.
Run that by me a few more times, please.
Yeah. Yeah, like make this like for dummies, so I can take notes and get all my questions answered type thing. But
Very
yeah.
cool. So if you could go to any event in history, what would it be and why?
I don't know of. I would have to do more research on the specific event, but I would definitely go back in time. And the reason that I would go back in time, I've thought about this clearly because I'm that squirrely, is I would love to go back in time and figure out how to like put the fear of squirrel in people and convince like history to leave land in my name. And I could go back with like money somehow. Like let's say I go back with money, right? And I would buy America. And it would be in some sort of deed that I would threaten whoever that I would come back in time again and kill their family if they didn't do this. But they would have to pass it down through generations so that by the time I was actually born, like I would technically be the owner of America and then could just be like filthy rich and own the world. It would be awesome.
Yeah, you're definitely an Aries, okay? My next question is, do you play like Civilization and all that, those world dominating games?
No, no, I don't.
Do you play video games?
Not
Not
really.
really.
I mean, I have like a stupid little like Tetris-like game on my phone or like Sudoku that I play, but other than that, no, not really.
Sounds like world domination be right up your alley.
I I literally just want to rule the world. I mean, I don't understand what's wrong with that. Like,
Yeah. You're funny. So, what do you wish to gain going forward from your YouTube channel?
um, I don't know. Like, I don't. It's an interesting question. I feel like that what I want to gain is I want to gain the purpose of my platform and the purpose of my media and what it is that I do is I want to provide a safe space for people who are interested in otherworldly things, to understand that this is normal and that they are normal, and to create a safe space for anybody. And it doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, how young you are, your race, your sexuality, whatever, wherever you live in the world, like that, like different people from different walks of life can have the same types of experiences and the same types of things, and like just being a person that has grown up, and in many different facets of my life, who has always felt alone growing up in not having a sense of community. Like that is something that's like really important to me to create that, is to have a platform where it's like it's okay, like it's okay if you talk to ghosts, it's okay if you're into astrology or divination or you think you're a witch or whatever, whatever, like it doesn't matter. And it's like we're all in this journey of the human experience together, and it's just a place where nobody can judge you for that.
Uh-oh.
I don't know, like that's just something that's like really important to me. So that's what I hope to
Did
gain.
you guys all just break up?
Uh-oh, did I break up again? Rachele? Hello?
Can you guys see me?
I can see you now moving.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, I'm just having issues or internet issues or something. I did hear everything that you said though.
Okay, good.
So hopefully everyone else, okay, everyone's saying, okay, it went black for a second, but you're back. Okay, good. Weird. Okay. So I'm going to open this up for anybody that has any questions. So you guys, if you have any questions for Brian, he's all ears.
Do you have any questions for me? Oh, hot tea is so good. No.
I didn't bring any
No,
hot tea down for myself. I should have.
What are you thinking?
I know. I wasn't thinking clearly.
Oh man. No, nobody's got any questions. It's okay.
Come on, guys. Maybe it's not showing up yet.
Pappa Smurf.
How did you make more Smurfs with only one female Smurf?
With Smurf magic, okay?
There you go. Do you think any of the couples on 90 days will actually get married this season? Any predictions?
Lady Knight of Avalon, honestly, this 90 days has been a complete show, in my opinion. I feel I usually never really have much faith in any of the couples to begin with. I think there's this like little spot in me that's like this. There's no way this can work. But these people are a complete disaster. I mean, disaster. Honestly, the only couple, and I'm terrible with names, so I don't remember it, is the Connecticut couple with the rich guy and the girl that's from Brazil and the ex-wife that are all becoming friends. Honestly, that's the only couple that I feel like has a chance of working out. But who knows? I mean, we left with Marcel apparently getting on the plane. He may turn around. You never know. But honestly, all of these people are a complete wreck. And other than the one couple, I don't think any of them need to be together because they are all so toxic for each other. And it's painful to watch. But that's my opinion.
So Sam asks, my apologies if asked earlier and missed it. What other witchy things are you into aside from tarot?
Oh, I love witchy stuff. I'm into so much and I can't stay focused, so I like it all. I like it all. Like I've got a lot of stuff that I picked up when I was in the French Quarter in New Orleans. So I've got like holy water and brick dust, and I like to practice with like little, I mean, occasionally like I don't so much like do spells, but I guess that's more so like intention work, should I say. If I ever do intention work, a lot of times like I'll do crystal grids, just to set intentions and stuff like that, are kind of like the main things I'll do. I'll say that much.
So Brooke, the magical cat lady, says, have you had any experiences with ghosts?
Lots. Lots. I did do a video. It's called like My Haunted Life, where I talked about my very first experience with a ghost. But yeah, I grew up with ghosts and have always had them around, just hanging there, saying hi. So
Yeah. So, Lady Night of yes, where did they even find these people this season? I only watched the Pillow Talk. See, that's not one I've watched before, so I don't know about that show per se.
Oh, the Pillow Talk is where they take just like old people that were on previous seasons, like couples that succeeded, and it's more of like reactionary video. It's them watching
I got you.
90 Day Fiance and their reactions to the stuff is what Pillow Talk is.
Sounds like it's something that I should be watching. I love that kind of crap.
Check it out.
Smurfs
Check
are
it out.
brought by Storks and Gargamel made Smurfette. Julianne very much loves the Smurfs. It's been a long time since I've watched the Smurfs, but I loved them. They were like my go-to cartoon, seriously.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, I mean, there was not Cartoon Network and all those other things. It was every Saturday morning was the cartoons for us when we were kids.
Oh yeah. Same here.
Yeah. So Sam asks, do you follow any specific traditions or are you eclectic?
I would have to say that I'm eclectic. I always pull bits of little things that interest me, that make sense and are really organic, like anything that feels right and fits right into my life and works right is what's right, So just in like the question that you had asked earlier, like how would I define my path? That's why I don't define it, is because it's like little bits of whatever works,
Yeah.
So maybe I would define it as eclectic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I am. I don't care. I don't care about like lineage and I just don't follow that. If it's something that speaks to me, it does. So I'm going to check into it,
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Akashic records? That's what Lori asks.
Lori, if you would like to give a brief synopsis of what that is, then I could give you my thoughts. Honestly, the only reason that I know that word is because of like the Moonchild and Starchild tarot. I know that they're very star seed people, or if I'm not trying to be rude. I don't know the technical terms for it, and I know that they bring up Akashic records in their stuff.
Have you ever heard of Edgar Casey?
I'm not sure.
He was a psychic. The Akashic records are like everything that's ever happened throughout all the different planes of existence, throughout history, throughout the universe, all of it. Everything, even from your life, my life, everyone's lives. And it's like, if you're getting information from the cards, some people believe that it could also be that you're channeling information from the Akashic records.
Oh. I would have to think on that. Yeah, that would be like a longer answer for another time. I'll say this much: when I do read the cards, at least my opinion is that I'm reading like in this very moment. But I also feel like that can change at any point because we have choice, and in my opinion. But I don't know. I don't want to make it longer than what it is. I feel like we may have a predestined path, like from a point A to point B, let's say, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that straight line. Like our path could go all over the freaking place due to choice, but we're always going to get to that kind of point B type thing. And that's the best way that I can kind of like sum up my thoughts in a nutshell. And beyond that, I don't know.
So the tarot magician, it's Renee, isn't it, honey? I'm sorry if I forgot your name. I thought it was Renee, but so she asks, what's your favorite crystal? She came in a little bit later.
The black tourmaline.
Yeah. And Lori asks, Does he still have them? All of the Smurfs, Julianne? Oh, because Julianne was saying that her brother loved the Smurfs. So, yeah. And Julianne says she sees it as the collective, the entire collective unconsciousness or unconscious, which is what the Akashic record says. You can tap into it. Psychics tap into it. It's like a record of everything, you know. So Sam asks, what advice would you give yourself in the beginning of your channel, i.e., what do you know now that you wished you knew then when you first started your channel?
I don't know if it's much. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know if it's as much like a sense of like knowing more so than a sense of feeling. When I first started my channel, I was extremely nervous. It's extremely, to me, nerve-wracking to sit there and talk to yourself and to look at a camera that you're like, okay, I'm trying to get like this point across, and I know that I'm going to be putting this out in public. It's very different than like, oh, here's a pretty picture and let me post it, you know? So if there's anything that I could do, it would be to kind of like transplant that feeling and knowing of like, it's okay. Like, have confidence in yourself. You're gonna mess up, and that's okay. That's fun, even when you mess up, because you can make bloopers about it, you know. And don't don't like sweat it. Just have confidence in what you have to say, because you have a voice, you have an opinion, and go with it, you know.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I would have probably told myself not to sweat it too much, because you're going to eventually get it. The more that you worry about it, the less you're, you know, don't stress over it. Just don't stress.
Yeah, don't stress, which is way easier said than done for me. So, especially
so
at the
true.
beginning, like, oh God, I just wish I had known. Like, it just so cringy watching like my first couple videos. I'm like, ugh. And I don't want to delete it because it's like funny history, you know. But like, guys, don't ever go back and watch any of my first videos.
It's fun watching the progression, though, and everybody starts off somewhere. Yours was way better than mine was, for God's sakes. It was. Lady Knight of Avalon says you need to check out Peggy's channel, Peggy's Paranormal Ponderings, and I love her channel. I go to it almost every Sunday. She has her lives, and she talks about all these things like Edgar Cayce, Atlantis, the Bimini Road, the Akashic Record. She has a whole hour on different topics, you know, really cool, like flat Earth, all that stuff she had. It's really cool. So if you get a chance, check it out.
Cool. Thank you. I will.
Julianne says, pretend that you're talking to a good friend. Yeah.
Yes.
Tammy Pie says, I hate my videos. Not fun.
Tammy, don't hate
Pick
your
up the
own
kiddos.
videos.
Thank you for coming, Shauna.
Well, thank you, Shauna.
Sam says he's in that nervous phase right now. You're doing really good, Sam. I love your content. I love all of the information that you're putting out about the different like books that you've read. I just watched several of yours today, and I love all the Thoth books that you were doing. You're doing great. You don't look nervous by any means, so don't worry about it.
Thoth,
you're doing great.
Ooh. Good for you, Sam, for knowing what the heck is going on with Thoth, because
He's read like 5 books on Thoth already. Big, thick books. I'm like, damn. I know. That's what I want to do. I want to read it all. My problem is I'm going to soak it all in, and then I'm going to forget it all because I soaked it all in. Exactly. Hi, Twist the Leaf.
What up, Twist?
Well, I think unless anyone else has any other questions, I think we're probably at the end of it. Been reading them over years. Yeah. I mean, that makes a huge difference. It's been a little over a year for me. So, I got a lot to learn. I just happened to start this journey at friggin' 40, almost 48 years old, right? What the hell was I thinking? It's fun.
You weren't. That's
Clearly.
Oh.
All right. Well, my gosh, this was so friggin' awesome. Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Papa. I have loved this so much. I enjoy your content very much. I've been watching you for a long time.
Oh, thank you, Rachele.
Pretty much the beginning.
It.
Yeah. Pretty much since the beginning.
Really?
I think you had one. I think I watched your very first. Yeah.
Really? The cringiest
one of them was
cringe?
No, your stuff has always been good. I mean, I think one of the first ones that you did was like a couple walkthroughs, and then you did a journal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're very artistic with the journals too.
I need to get back on doing that. I've just been so like inundated with these tarot decks, and I'm like, I need to work on the journal some more now. Like there's never enough time. But
oh, I know. But it's self-imposed too, isn't it?
Yeah. Very good point. That's a very good point.
We're our own worst enemies.
That we are.
Well, thank you so much. I have really enjoyed having you here, and thank you guys, everyone, for showing up. It's wonderful. I love these. Just being able to sit and talk. That's really what it is. I hope more people start doing these. I think they're freaking awesome. So,
I agree. And thank you for having me on here today. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry that I didn't get to interact with like the live chat as much. Like I've got phone, computer. I'm going to go back and like watch it and try to catch up on everybody's comments. So if you said something to me and I was ignoring you, I wasn't. I'm sorry.
They know it's difficult when you're in a live and trying to answer questions and whoops, and I just lost one of my ears.
See, you're talking about it being difficult. See?
Yeah, you know how many times that my dog has overpowered my voice, and that's hard, seriously, with this voice. Yeah, and my dog has taken over the show. So thank you guys. Love you all very much. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Pappa Squirrel.
Thank you.